Coming to you live from an undisclosed location, this is DashCast, Episode 1, Episode 4, technically, because we did have 3 episodes of the OG DashCast, which fell flat on its face in 2022.
Yeah, but you were doing that out of a straight-up like karaoke machine.
Correct.
And now we've purchased the necessary equipment.
Correct. We were filming it on an iPhone. And we didn't even drop it on YouTube or anything. We just put it out. Just put it out for the sake of having a clip as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, my name's Andrew Murphy. I'm the radio play-by-play voice of the Winston-Salem Dash, and I'm here with Brian DeAngelis, president and GM of the Winston-Salem Dash, and also the worst fantasy football player in the office this year.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. You lost.
I had the worst record.
You did have the worst record.
Did I have the least points?
No.
Was I top half in points?
You were top half in points.
Okay. So I'm not the worst fantasy football player.
Well, you had the worst record.
Okay.
So what do you have to do now? I
appreciate your correction.
What do you have to do now?
I have to be the bat boy for a day.
You do have to be the bat boy for a day.
I know the day, by the way.
You do know. I figured you had a date in mind.
I do.
And while we can't reveal the details quite yet, what's the day?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't even know?
Well, I can look it up.
You just said
I'll be here.
You will be here.
It's just a matter of what I'm wearing that day.
What you're wearing that day. Well, that'll be...
It's July.
Yeah, July?
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun night for more reasons than Brian having to be the bat boy.
Some would say I'm like the main event of that entire game.
Yeah?
Some would say.
Some would say. I'm sitting in front of one, right? There's at least one person in this room right now.
You're sitting in front of half the people that would say that.
Yeah, you're right. But, yeah, I mean, we have there's a lot to unpack right now. A lot is going on, not just in the, on the front office side of things, but at the stadium. I mean, fans are going to have more to look forward to this year, and we're not changing any prices. We're not changing any prices at all. Is that right?
No, our goal this year is to lose money.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like, because as everybody knows, every price for every item on Earth has gone up.
Yeah.
And so what we decided to do was not do that and allow our fans the opportunity to actually save some money somewhere, because, hey, by the time you look at a trip somewhere, an airplane ticket or hotel cost or food costs where you're going, any of that stuff has gone up probably at least 20% in the past year, 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that. We're going to keep it the same. And, people rose prices on us.
Yeah.
So our margins
pretty significantly.
Yeah, in a lot of areas. And, that's just something we're going to take on the chin this year, because we think it's the right thing to do. And, I got 3 young kids, so I look all the time at, price of entertainment for kids and how I'm going to spend my summer with them. And as I think about that for families, it might be a little more difficult. They don't have the means to do that kind of stuff. We're going to keep it affordable, so you can still come and have a good time, and your kids won't know the difference, and you get to save a little money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, prices are outrageous right now. It's ridiculous. I went to the grocery store the other night to just get like 2 things that we had forgotten on our shopping list. It was hot sauce and lettuce. $6.
Yeah. For free items.
2 things that should be free.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They're sides. You got 2 sides.
Yeah. No, like condiments.
Yeah, basically condiments. Yeah.
I mean, and a salad base, but we didn't use it. It was taco night, so we had to,
You got the stuff people just openly steal from Chipotle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's free there. Should be free at the...
Is it?
I mean, kind of. I don't know.
I don't think you're supposed to take those with you.
You're not supposed to?
I don't know for
sure. I won't tell if you don't.
I don't take them.
We're admitting to everybody that we do.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think they actually they got rid of the bottles, like the physical bottles.
It depends where you go.
At Chipotle?
Every Chipotle location, by the way, is charging different prices. It's crazy. I don't even know what I'm paying. I get the same thing everywhere I go every time, and it's a different price everywhere.
I only go to the one just down the street here.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You need to switch it up.
I don't think I want to do that.
You might be overpaying.
I might be overpaying, but I might be underpaying or just paying the right amount.
It's true.
Whatever. Maybe I'll take an adventure to Chipper tomorrow. And a lot of names for Chipotle, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Chipotle, Pottle, Chipper. You got any?
I'm not a boomer, so I don't have as many.
No?
I just say Chipotle.
Is that a boomer thing?
Yeah, that's like a trend where you ask your parents Like, how do you say it? How do you say that? And you show the logo.
Yeah.
Say Chipotle.
I feel like with boomers, though, that's them not knowing what the real name of the place is.
Well, yeah.
When you're nicknaming a place like that, it's...
Yeah. You got to know the original name.
You're from Pittsburgh. Do people up there call Domino's Donimos? Is that a thing?
No, I've never heard that
I heard
before.
that on a podcast lately, and I was
Really?
like, I never heard that.
We might be a little too close to the source there.
Maybe.
Detroit's not too far.
No? You think they'd say that in Detroit, Donimos? Give Donimos a call.
No, that's where they're from.
Domino's is from Detroit.
So is Little Caesars.
I knew Little Caesars is from Detroit.
Everybody's sleeping on Michigan
arena.
pizza, you know? They got their own style, Detroit style pizza.
I guess, but it's the... have you had Jets Pizza?
No.
Jets Pizza is like... It's almost kind of like deep dish, but it's not. It's like... It's how pizza's supposed to be. You know,
Good save.
It's not just a bread bowl of sauce.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be tough to live down when we do our salute to Chicago. But yeah, so it's real thick crust, and it's a distinctive style, but
Where's it from?
it's Detroit.
Oh,
And so knowing that,
yeah.
I'm confused as to why Domino's and Little Caesars don't take on that same shape or form.
I'm sure they have that. It's just not like it's not what they came to be.
It's not their marquee item.
Pizza.
Yeah.
By the way, anyone notice Little Caesars selling pizzas for like $5, right? Whatever the hot and ready is.
Yeah.
And their mascot's wearing Versace clothes. Somebody needs to investigate that guy, I think.
I've never looked at the...
Yeah.
What,
Check it out.
you think he's cooking the books or what?
I'm just saying, somebody should look into it. If the IRS is listening to this podcast.
Yeah. You might want to knock the door down of a fictional character that only shows up on TV every 4 commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza rocks, though. We've got good pizza spots here in Winston. Like, surprisingly good pizza spots. For a smaller city where you wouldn't think otherwise. Have you been to Mission?
Oh, yeah.
Mission's delicious.
Yeah.
It's very upscale.
Yeah.
But you are the office Italian.
Yeah.
So
we're only allowed one.
I didn't know that, but you fill the role.
So funny enough, you mentioned this, right?
Yeah.
So a fellow Pittsburgh Italian that I went to high school with moved to Winston-Salem before me. I got down here, and she said, we should go somewhere, get the families together. Let's go to Mission Pizza. And I was like, well, that's because you would know. Like, she would never recommend that unless it was, like, acceptable. So I already knew we had one acceptable spot. And then I like Cugino.
Cugino's great.
Yeah.
Cugino's awesome.
Yeah.
There's the one
They're Turkish.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they do it. They do a really good job over there.
You know who else makes great Italian food?
Who?
Albanians.
Albanians?
Yeah. A lot of Albanians making good Italian food.
I'm not too up on the Albanian Italian food scene.
I'm putting you on.
Okay.
Now you know.
Any recommendations?
No.
All right. So
not here. I'm just saying in general.
In general.
There's
all right.
places you can
I'll
go.
have to find my way to an Albanian Italian restaurant on my next road trip. But yeah, Winston has a lot to offer in terms. I mean, city of arts and innovation, big food scene here. But it was built up by this massive tobacco industry.
Yeah. And
we are kind of taking that and plugging it into one of our own theme nights here as kind of a tribute to just the agricultural richness and diversity and history of the city. And we just released, the press conference was over at Dram and Drought, the Winston-Salem Tobacco Beetles. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so when people ask about this, there's maybe some confusion that we can clear up. And what we're talking about is an era that was, 100 years ago, basically, right? And there's been eras in Winston-Salem post, tobacco industry that have been relevant, like banking in the 50s, 60s, things like that. So it's really just a homage to that era as much as anything. And that era, I mean, without the agricultural industry, it wouldn't drive the economy of North Carolina. And it was the biggest city in North Carolina at that time. So it literally was the largest economical source for the state, right? And so we're just looking at that, and the one thing that was such a pest that kept coming up over and over again. It was like, obviously we're not going to make some kind of like cigarette ad. That's not what we're here to do.
No, we are not.
We're here to just talk about that era. And one of the most common issues that they faced at that time was how to deal with this pest, the tobacco beetle. And it was a problem not only in the fields, it was a problem in where they would cure them in the factories and warehouses, which is one of those places where actually we had the press conference. Yeah. And so it was a giant, issue that they had to overcome. And had they not overcome that, the future of Winston-Salem would have looked very different. So really just kind of celebrating that and the heritage of this town with that. And you're rocking it right now, obviously. You can see it's very, very era-esque. It's got the Art Deco pattern on it. Our little tobacco beetle guy is people are arguing over, is it a Model T, is it a Model A? I'm not Jay Leno, so I don't know the exact answer. We just drew a car that looked like it was from the 20s. And then we bought a car that looks exactly like that.
Sure did.
Which is really fun.
Yeah, I haven't... I will take that thing for a spin or several because it's. So is it an original? No. So it's kind of like a go-kart on steroids.
Yeah, I mean it's a. I guess it's a golf cart.
Yeah,
it's considered like a slow-moving vehicle by the state.
So how fast does it go? Have you maxed it out?
Goes 35.
Okay.
And it still has like golf cart brakes on it, so I don't really recommend that going downhill.
Yeah, no, it's probably not.
But
good idea.
We're just going to use it on flat ground that's going to transport fans that are parking to and from. So they're going to get a chance to ride it. And then we're also going to use it for photo ops and everything in the stadium all season long. So it's going to be very accessible to fans too. And kids love it. Everybody's trying to take pictures, get in it, all that. It's cool.
I think any time that we allow the fans to get in something and ride in it, that's a win.
Yeah.
The Princess Carriage last year, there was a line all around the concourse, it seemed like.
Yeah, we had to cut the route in half.
Yeah.
So this year, we have to add another horse and carriage because we didn't have... it was crazy. Like, it was supposed to just go around, like, the outfield and do a loop and come back. We ended up only having to go to, like, center field and come back just to, like, get through the kids because the last thing we wanted was some girl that's standing there for an hour and then doesn't get a ride, the game's over.
Yeah.
So we just cut that route down.
That's no good.
So get your photo, get your ride,
do
take care of everybody.
So we are bringing that back this year.
Well, we're bringing it back and then some, yeah.
And then some, yeah. We have almost every night this season a unique promotion or theme night or even giveaways in some cases. Tobacco Beetles giveaway is really cool. It's the little matchbooks.
Yep, got matchbooks for that. We have just announced as of recording this, we are doing the green versus blue bubble.
Yeah.
That has an Apple product giveaway.
Yeah.
We are doing a pint glass giveaway every Tuesday. So yeah, like I said, we're going to lose money on purpose. That's what we're doing.
Well, if it's for the fans, then
it is.
I don't think you're necessarily that's an investment. That's what that is.
I agree.
That's up in the experience at Truist Stadium, which is that's what we're all about. We gotta make it fun. We've got a 360-degree concourse. Might as well use every square inch of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we've got some new tenants. Got some new tenants in the stadium this year.
Yeah, we do.
Taking up some serious real estate out in left.
Out in left field. Yeah, brand new bars just over there. Concrete's down. Structures being built off-site.
Nice.
And will be delivered. So it's going to happen fast. Now we have the floor. Buildings off-site. Once that goes in, it's just kind of like decor.
Set up shop.
Seating. Yeah, so we're turning that whole area basically behind Wicked Weed and to the left into really a beer garden, if you will. And Lost Worlds is our new craft brewing partner, which is the final installment of our craft brewing partners. They're going to build a structure in left and have a bar out there. Stage is going to remain. Fire pit's going to remain. And then we just expanded the concrete area, and we're going to have a lot more to do out there. So there's going to be plant life. There's going to be way more seating out there. We're going to have more games out there in the grass area. So the idea is make it a destination. Even entertaining putting some food items out there because you're kind of on a desert, not drink-wise, but food-wise. So we just had a meeting earlier today about getting some, packaged sandwiches and things that'll keep fresh out there, so you don't have to travel as far.
Got it.
So yeah, we're doing everything.
Yeah, I'm pumped. This is. It seems like every year we're kind of stepping on the gas a little harder. Yeah, I think that that families in the tribe, as the area expands, There'll be more people moving here as the years go on, as more people recognize how inviting and open and just nice of a city that Winston-Salem is, and the whole Triad as a whole, because we attract people from all corners of the Triad. I mean, you gotta expand. You gotta keep doing your research, quote unquote, and be like, who's looking for what out here? It seems like we have a little bit of everything, and I'm really having to hold my tongue right now because we've got some things in the works that are really going to be
unreleased.
I mean, Tobacco Beetles was awesome, but
it was our largest release in Dash history so far. It's not a full rebrand or something.
No,
like that, right? Going from Warthogs to Dash or something. We're not talking about that. Just a one-game rebrand, largest ever.
Yeah, but the next few are. I'm really, really excited for the next few, but we have to. I can't keep talking about that
because you got to have an episode 2.
Yeah, we do have to have an episode 2. We don't have to fit everything in this one.
No,
we can just talk about whatever. Like, which of your kids are your favorite?
Yeah, well, let me give you the list in order.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't have to be a podcast about anything at all. Yeah, we're on DashCast. We work for the Dash. This can be about what you would do to someone if they broke spaghetti in half before putting it in the pot.
Okay, I just watched a video of this. Not that exactly.
Did you see the TikTok?
Even worse though. This woman took a full box of spaghetti, put it in a blender, blended the whole box,
dry spaghetti,
dropped it out on the countertop, and then put an egg in it to make fresh pasta.
Oh, come on. You've got flour in the pantry.
I don't know. I have to imagine it was some kind of troll video. I don't know.
It's probably, yeah.
But it was the craziest. And then she cut them. I mean, they were like this thick. I guess for audio, it was like 2 inches thick. It's like an obscene thick pasta that was just, there's no way it tasted any good.
No, that's just adding more eggs.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah, it doesn't
that can't be
fresh. You can't just like add one fresh ingredient to unfresh ingredients.
No, I'm out. But yeah, you have flour. Just use that. It's not hard.
We did one year. This wasn't here, but a different team. We did a spaghetti eating contest on field, and there was 3 guys, right? And the biggest guy had the spaghetti, who everyone thought was going to win. He's the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Didn't win. He came in dead last place. Ate the spaghetti as slow as possible. Okay, this is about 92 degrees. This is like July game. So the other 2 put down the bowls and they like walk off type of deal. And then this guy just goes back into his seat with the bowl, takes it with him. And it's like a comically large bowl. It's like an eating contest, right?
Yeah.
And he's just sat in the stands for like 4 or 5 innings straight, just eating spaghetti at a baseball game in his seat, 90-some degrees. I'm like, this is the most, like that was a better promotion to me than the whole eating contest.
After the contest was over, this guy continued to eat.
He's like, I only volunteered to do this because I'm taking this whole giant bowl. I mean, it must have been like 3 pounds of spaghetti that he took back to his seat and just innings long was eating this stuff.
You didn't hear from a lawyer or anything afterwards? He was fine?
He actually was a lawyer.
Was he really?
Yeah. Or is, I guess. Was and
is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen some crazy stuff at games.
I'm sure you have. What about the what was that concert you showed me back when you were at you were at State College?
Corey Feldman. Yeah, star of the Goonies. Yeah. So it was like the 20th or 25th anniversary of the Goonies at the time, right? So it's probably 10 years ago now. And so we booked him, and it's like everybody does. You book somebody from a show or whatever, and it's like they come, and it's like maybe we had Alfonso Ribeiro or Carlton, right? And they kind of he did the Carlton dance, and so like you kind of get the fans what they expect, but then you also get to like meet and greet and you get autographs, all that. Well, Corey Feldman shows up, and he's dressed as a vampire, and so before he gets to the stadium, he demanded a pizza, so we bring a pizza to his room. And he didn't tell us that he was vegan, and so then he was upset it was vegan. He took the pizza, threw it on the wall in like a slow motion, kind of like fell down the wall. And we're like, oh, well, we didn't know that was that was a weird thing to do, but so we should have known then. But anyway, they come the next day, and he comes with these like 2 girls. Like that's weird, but I don't know, maybe assistants or whatever. Fine, who cares? So we get him to go out and throw the first pitch again, like 90 degrees, because this is short season single A, so like, we don't even start till June. I know it was hot, but he's wearing all black with the hood up, throws the first pitch 10 feet, whatever, and he goes, I'm not coming back out. We're like, well, the whole promotion is for you to be out there and like sign. He goes, no, I'm not coming out till after the concert. We're like, what concert? And he goes, I'm here to do a concert, not a baseball game. And we're like, funny thing about that, you're not, because we hired you to be at the baseball game. He's like, no. So it turns out he like thinks he's Michael Jackson or whatever, and that's kind of like his performance style at this point. And so post game, we had to put a stage together and have him do this like concert in front of, tens of people, and didn't go well. Obviously we had no chance to set this up to be a real concert because we didn't know, and it went pretty viral after that. You can look up that clip.
How many views does that have? I'm looking it up right now. I don't care.
I just remember sitting there on my phone just seeing like TMZ pick it up, and then like Yahoo picks it up, and all these other sources start, and I'm like, I guess I don't know if we're viral or is this bad. I don't like. We didn't do anything.
He performed a full set live at a thing called Riot Fest in September of last year. So seems like he's doing pretty well. Hold on, State College.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like right behind home on the concourse, just on like a 1 foot riser.
Corey Feldman plays the State College. They're like multiple.
Oh yeah.
Videos.
Yeah. Ascension Millennium. That's one of his songs that's burned into my brain.
Oh, this has like 50,000 views.
Yeah.
That's pretty big 8 years ago. You think about how viral videos of like, you remember when YouTube had their top 3 users who they were all in a different race or all in a race to get 1 million subscribers, and everybody was like 1 million subscribers. Nowadays it's just like whatever.
It was Ashton Kutcher. He hit 1 million on Twitter, and he had a party, and we all tuned in to watch Ashton Kutcher hit 1 million followers live.
Was that on any social media platform at the time?
Just on Twitter.
Just on Twitter.
Yeah, he was like the original Twitter like guy.
Got
and it was 1 million. And now we've had videos that have done millions of views and whatever, but that was wild. Also, I sound pretty old with both of those stories in a row.
No, it makes me feel old too. You have been in minor league baseball. I mean, a lot longer than I have. But I mean, I've already seen some crazy stuff go on here.
Oh yeah.
We had the guy storm the field.
Yep.
No, it was the season before last. Yeah.
2 years ago.
And I just remember there was this total stoppage in play. Here comes this guy. I think he like hung off the LED wall for a little bit before taking the field, and
he tried to jump over it, and it's like a 15-foot wall.
Yeah, you're not making that without a trip to the.
He also had like popcorn. He like threw popcorn at a player.
Yeah, threw popcorn at a player. He like he had like 3 different shirts on too.
Yeah, he kept taking
shirts off, and he had like a book.
Yeah.
And I think he started reciting poetry after lighting a cigarette. And I'm just like, I don't.
It also tells you we probably didn't get out there fast enough.
Well, I'm on
time to do all that.
I'm on the broadcast too, and I'm racking my brain as to how to describe this unfolding. So I just see what I say, and it sounded. I mean, it's not like Kevin Harlan or anybody, but I think I did a pretty good job. But long story short, the guy did get arrested, spent the night in jail, and he got banned from all 120 minor league ballparks and all 30 major league ballparks. So
that's right.
Don't storm the field
or
unless it's
31 fields.
31.
If you count Oakland twice.
Yeah,
he's already banned.
No, and again, like that's when MLB expands in the near future, he's going to be banned from those two. Or I wonder if he's not. Maybe they'll just glaze over it and be like, oh, we forgot about this dude.
So my best on field, we don't call him. What do you call him? You're not a streaker.
Streakers, I mean that's kind of the most popular term for him.
Well, all right, we'll say streaker then. Actually, this one was a streaker. There was no clothes, but it was a ram, like the animal. Okay. A ram is a sheep, right?
I think so.
A male sheep?
Just a male sheep, yeah.
What's a lamb?
A lamb is a baby sheep.
A baby sheep. So there's 3 types of sheep. So anyway, it's a ram, and we had, at the time, Cowboy Monkey Rodeo was like the biggest promo ever.
What?
Cowboy Monkey Rodeo? You haven't heard of this?
No, I have not.
So this guy, he owns dogs, monkeys, sheeps, ram, and maybe some other animal. And he travels the country with all of them. The monkeys ride the dogs, and they herd these sheep and have them do like tricks. They have them like jump into a pen. They have them like go wherever they want to go and all this stuff. The one monkey, I think his name is Elvis, and they all wear like handkerchiefs and all this stuff. So anyway, at the stadium I was at the time, the opening to the field was just center field. It wasn't a wraparound concourse. So it would enter and exit through center field. So they do their little bit in between innings, and that's how fast it was. Like it was in between innings. They'd come out and herd these things and go back out. Well, one of our guys on the grounds crew, I'll assume it's an intern or something, I don't know, didn't lock the gate. And so this ram just, they hit stuff.
Yeah.
So he just hit the wall, and he's like, oh, that's open. Ran onto the field, middle of the game. We just have, like, rams and all this stuff. So we're going out there, and they're like, let's corral these things. And I'm like, no, this thing is going to just run me over and, like, kill me. I'm not doing that. And so we're, like, scratching our heads, like, how do we get these, like, rams and sheep or whatever off the field? And it's one of those, like, hindsight's 2020s. It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe we have somebody here that's does this professionally, like herds ram and sheep. So we had to go get the guy out of the trailer. He's, like, eating dinner or whatever. He comes out with the monkeys, puts them on the dogs. Dogs go, round them up, take them off the field, play ball.
So they basically just did a second show
Yeah, and they
to
didn't even charge
eliminate
us.
the problem.
Exactly.
They didn't charge you?
No.
Wow, what a nice guy.
Added value right there.
What a nice guy.
Over deliver.
Yeah. I bet he got some free tickets after that. That's worth some free tickets.
I think PETA shut them down.
Was PETA there?
They weren't there that time. No.
They should have been.
But he got big, so that was early, and then he did like a Cincinnati Bengals game, I think. Might have been like a playoff game. I mean, he like blew up for a minute, and then he got too big, and then, people said that he was. And this guy, like, by the way, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the caravan or whatever you want to call it, but like he clearly loved these monkeys and dogs, and this is his whole life.
Yeah.
And they were like trying to say he was abusing them or something, and I'm like, I don't know.
No, there's no way. I mean, animal-related things aside, I mean, just the people you see doing in-between inning entertainment, and, I mean, you're at a minor league baseball game, you're just as likely to see them at, like, a Wake Forest game or, a big NFL game or anything like that. Those people work 365 days a year.
Oh, yeah.
Are we having Tyler back?
I don't know.
Tyler's amazing balancing act?
If Kayla's going to be on the podcast, it's a great question for her.
I'm sure he'll come back.
Yeah.
He has a great time when he comes here.
I've had him for probably 8 years in a row.
Yeah, that guy's schedule is
he works
full.
Oh yeah, we have those dogs coming.
The dogs.
Yeah, they're like they like run. You know how you like throw a frisbee real far, they go catch it and all that stuff, and they do all these tricks and all everything.
Oh, cool.
I forget what they're called. They have a name. Check our promo schedule. Go online, ws-dash.com.
I think that's probably a good place to start. ws-dash.com. Everything you could ever want to find out about.
Yeah.
The Winston-Salem Dash is at ws-dash.com, including merchandise, by the way.
Yeah.
We actually just released a statement today that anyone who doesn't have Winston-Salem Dash merchandise is a dork. So
we did.
Unless you want to be a dork, I wrote it. Unless you want to be a dork, go online and buy our merchandise because it's cool. It is really, that starter jacket is A1.
This is a Jordan jacket.
It sure is.
Not a starter jacket.
Not a starter. That's not what they call those?
No.
Come on, man.
Starter's a brand. It's a 90s.
Oh, with the star. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. But they had a distinct jacket that was like the 90s NFL jacket.
Or
like,
I meant
pullover style.
Yeah.
That had like a small zip here and like the little plate patch type of deal.
Yeah.
And then they had the full zips.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I meant warm-up jacket. That's that's the base term for it. But no, it is jackets. Jordan. We do have Jordan stuff.
Today.
Dropped
today.
Sid brought that by the sales floor earlier, and we have a lot of golfers in our office. So
is this a golf hat?
Yeah, with the band around it.
Okay,
that's pretty popular in golf, at least in like there's that niche of golf apparel where it's like retro. That's like the retro.
So to be a stylish golfer these days, I have to dress like a World War II veteran with the rope hat. I'm pretty sure that was where this started.
Those are the rules. That takes away about 10 strokes from your game, and you need it. So
I mean, I do. Yeah,
we all need it.
Yeah.
I shot a 99 the other day. I've played 81 holes of golf in less than 2 weeks. I'm on top of the world right now.
Well, it's because you have a country club membership.
Yeah. Well,
good for you.
I mean.
So what happens? You get better.
It's kind of that's just what happens. It's an investment.
Yeah,
it's an investment into my just into not humiliating myself when I go play golf with other people.
That's one of those sports. You just got to be good enough. You just got to be good enough. You don't want to slow people up. You don't want to you're never going to be a scratch golfer.
No,
that's never going to happen.
And that's why I don't like playing with people who get mad.
Yeah,
because it's like, hey, you're not.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
None of us are good.
Yeah.
We're not, and we're never going to be. I mean, you could if you really wanted to quit your job right now and go take 2,000 swings a day.
Probably still not.
You going to do that? No, you're not.
We have a former D1 golfer on staff.
We do.
And I don't really slow him down.
Although I golfed with the new guy, Jake Baldini.
Oh, yeah?
He shot a 74 on Friday.
On the front nine? It's pretty good.
No.
It's a hard front nine.
No, that was Travis the other day. He shot a 74. That's the lowest I've ever.
Yeah.
That's the lowest shot by anybody I've ever played with.
Have you ever played in these charity ones though, where they have like that group of guys?
Oh yeah.
And they come back in.
They've been planning for it for a year.
It's like, buddy, no, you didn't. Like, I don't care how many mulligans you bought, how many. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, it's that score is so ridiculous. It's like, why did we all play? You know?
Yeah, but like again, I don't get the club throwing. I don't get the like. Dude, we're just out here having fun.
Yeah,
we're just out here having fun.
If your fun thing makes you mad, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
Find a new
Absolutely.
fun thing.
There, every time I golf, there is at least one moment of just silence and bliss. It just washes over my body, and I'm like, this is how it should be.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 19th hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it'll happen on like the 5th or 6th hole. I'll just look around and be like,
yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out Salem Glen, by the way. They take really good care of us.
Yeah, it's
we
a great
love
place.
Salem Glen.
Absolutely.
You only play Salem Glen.
I'm exclusive.
You won't play any other course.
The only thing I do is I support our sponsors.
Yeah.
And our ticket holders.
I'm all for that.
I will not play anywhere else.
I like that.
I don't know if they even know that though. You know?
They know now.
Well, yeah, I guess now.
They know now.
I'm basically, what am I doing it for then, right? I only shop at Lowe's. Foods.
Okay. Okay.
That's not the hardware store.
Yeah, no, not the hardware
For some
store.
people, I have to clarify that.
If they want to call us, though, hit me up, dude.
Yeah.
Low.
For that listener in Maine who's like, I don't know what he's talking about. You're buying chicken at a hardware store. Yeah.
Do you have Menards in Pennsylvania?
Mm-mm.
Y'all don't have Menards?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's a hardware store that you can buy chicken at.
Oh. So since I moved away from my hometown, they opened this, it's called like Rural King or something like that. I think it's called that.
Rural King?
Yeah, I think it's called that. And anyway, so I had to go in. I was back home, and my buddy's like, I got to pick up some. We go to this store. Dude, there's live animals in there in like a big box hardware store with live animals.
I'd expect that
like
from
geese.
like a small,
It was wild.
local type place.
Yeah, sure.
But they just have them running around, and oh my God, look at the sizes of these.
Yeah. They go into like old department stores, I think, that are like no longer there, and
Done.
they just open up shop.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, these are
Grocery stores,
Real deal.
you know what we got. Don't.
John Eagle. You got John Eagles.
John Eagles.
John Eagles.
Then I guess Chip Ham John Eagles.
We tore it up on the Pittsburgh accent the first go around on the podcast, and it was glorious. It's probably the best bit, but yeah, just from the moment you arrived in Winston-Salem as our beloved leader, I knew I was gonna be able to bond with you over the Pittsburgh accent, which is something that I not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think a lot of outsiders don't even know that there is a Pittsburgh accent. It's real.
Oh, I know.
I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
But, again, the guy in Maine listening who doesn't know that what we're talking about, Pittsburgh accents are a thing.
It's called Pittsburghese.
Pittsburghese, yes.
And you can look it up, and when you don't know what they're saying, turn on subtitles, I guess. I don't know.
Pittsburgh Dad does them automatically. He just has them attached.
I got some good friends that especially, I'd say some of my friends do, but some of their parents are next level, man.
Yeah.
Next level. Where like even I'm
as
from
a native can't understand it.
Like I don't know what'd your mom just say? Am I in trouble? I don't
It's funny too, because it is more of a regional dialect. I mean it's on a certain spectrum, right? Because you do have people from Baltimore, even like Northern Virginia, who kind of it's not quite Pittsburgh, but it is that mid-Atlantic kind of dialect that's like the O's for sure.
O's.
Hoagies.
Go O's.
Go home.
Yeah, I'm going home.
Get off my lawn. Go home.
Yeah. The Baltimore one was strange.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with the Baltimore accent, by the way, Stavros Halkias, he has like a character, Ronnie. He's like a Baltimore Ravens fan. He's like, I can't believe the Ravens lost again this weekend, yo.
So it's crazy though. There's also one outside of Philly, Delco.
Delco, yeah. Uh-huh.
Delco has some similarities between Baltimore, Pittsburgh. It's kind of like
for sure.
And it literally is a middle ground.
Yeah. I love how I'm Midwestern through and through. I'm St. Louis. I'm smack dab in the middle of the country, where it's more of kind of a Chicago kind of thing going on there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, is that your car?
Yeah.
Move your car. It's like,
ooh, we should do Chicago accent stuff as a Chicago
For-
White Sox affiliate.
Yeah.
Couldn't we come up with some kind of like rebrand name that's like spelled in the Chicago
Yeah.
tone? I don't know what that would be.
I mean, Chicago's.
I like when they say the word ROOF.
Roof.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's more.
For the Winston Roofs, but it's a dog, like Roof.
So I had a couple of teachers actually in like grade school that were from southern Indiana,
Okay.
central and southern Indiana.
Evansville.
Yes, like around that area.
Yeah.
And roof is big in that part of the country.
Okay.
I have a lot of family from Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard them say roof.
Oh, really?
So that might not be a Chicago thing. It could be.
Well,
I'm not sure.
I grew up across the street from a guy who was from Chicago, moved from Chicago, and then moved back to Chicago. He said roof.
Maybe it's a
So I'm basing it
generational
off
thing.
One man.
You know, I mean, like different
It could be.
generations can pronounce
It's like Chipotle.
words that, yeah, absolutely. That's what we
callback.
call full circle, baby. That's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
Making the whole trip around.
Trained professionals.
Yeah. Chicago slang, though. No. Dibs, that is not Chicago slang. That is universal slang for
Chicago.
I call it.
Chicago calling dibs on dibs is funny.
This is Chicago Magazine. So pretty
We'll bias.
it's a pretty high up source though. I mean,
Yeah.
the magazine, the publication representing the entire city of Chicago.
Or is it the band?
No. Great band, by the way.
Just checking.
16-inch. Like a sandwich? Uniquely Chicago brand of slow pitch softball that caught on during the Great Depression for two very practical reasons. A bigger, softer ball didn't travel as far as the standard 12-incher, so it couldn't be hit out of tiny urban parks, and it could be caught barehanded by fielders who couldn't afford gloves.
That's what I'm talking about.
Each summer, Chicago emergency rooms see a spike in walk-in patients with jammed or broken fingers, with most of them still wearing their softball jerseys. This is something we have to do.
The Winston 16-inchers.
The Winston 16-inchers. But I've literally never heard of that. This is the first time I'm discovering this.
This is how promos happen, by the way.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
those that aren't not in the industry.
This has turned into a summit. I had a little itinerary,
Yeah.
but I love where this is
It's
going.
off. We're done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a promo. So then you just write it down, and then you got to sit there at the end of the year and remember them all.
You do.
And
Which documents help.
Figure out which one you want to do. So we already have our 20. People don't know this. We already have our 2025 rebrands.
We do.
Done, designed, color, logos, names. Done.
And
We're on the 26 now.
And it's a rule. If you reveal anything early, you won't wake up tomorrow. That's just how that goes.
Some say that, yeah. 2026, you're going to see the Winston 16-inchers. Mark your calendars.
There you go. I genuinely hope that happens. Because, I mean, there's got to be a deep history of that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of these other slang words, man. I just don't. Front room? Oh, like the front room. Front room.
You say it faster? Is that?
Front room? Did you leave your shoes in the front room? That's not Chicago. It might be. The front room of a bungalow or flat overlooking the street. The family's best furniture is in the front room, but it's only used to entertain company or to open Christmas presents.
Sure. That makes sense.
Everyone has a room like that.
Yeah. It's got the plastic on the couches.
Yeah. It's the all but 2 weeks a year, it just collects dust. That's the sole purpose. And houses the piano that nobody plays.
Yeah. No one's buying pianos anymore, huh?
I think it's all
keyboards.
digital.
Yeah.
It's all digital. Like, why would you buy a piano? I mean, again, now granted, I'm a musical instrument buff. I love playing musical instruments, listening to different ones.
Yeah. You're well known for playing the oboe.
Yes.
Yeah.
3-time oboe champion. Look it up.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. I mean, for an orchestra or like a jazz or whatever, you want like the Steinway and Sons or the Yamaha like grand concert. I mean, those are great. But if you're just in like a band and you want a little more versatility, why wouldn't you grab like a Yamaha workstation where you can get 500,000 different tones in one keyboard? You still got the 88 in front of you, but you can do an electric piano, you can do an organ, you can do a clavinet, you can do a harpsichord. I mean,
No one knows what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. Google it.
Nobody
Google
on
it.
Earth is like.
No one has to know what anyone talks about anymore. All it takes is a 5-second type in your iPhone. What's a clavinet? Oh, Stevie Wonder played one of those. I think I'll listen to some Stevie Wonder right now.
I'm pretty sure that's a shoulder bone.
No, that's a clavicle.
I don't think that's right.
All right, well, we'll
Hey,
disagree.
did you know every Sunday there's live jazz music at East of Texas?
I did know that, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
East of Texas rocks. I want to work with them, man. I want to give them a call. I think that's what I'm going to do right after this.
Great brunch menu.
They have a great everything menu.
They do.
There's nothing bad on that menu.
Okay.
Again, yet another Winston-Salem food staple.
Oh, yeah.
That I think we're only going to see more of those.
Hey, Timmy's.
Timmy's is good.
You like hot stuff?
Yeah. If
you ever get the hot?
No. The medium was too hard for me to handle.
No, you got to get that hot.
I don't have to, and I won't. But it is delicious, and you get good bang for your buck there, too.
Yeah.
The portions are very big.
Oh, yeah.
You know where else portions are big is Hef's Burger Club.
Oh,
Can we talk about Hef's for a second?
Yeah.
And just how fantastic it is that they just so happen to open up probably the best burger spot in the state right here in Winston-Salem.
Yeah. Some people are Nikki's fans. They're going to fight you on that one. But
where's Nikki's? Is that?
It's like 45 minutes away. But that's is Nikki's old?
It's got to be.
It's called Nikki's.
Nikki's old-fashioned hamburger in Lexington.
Lexington, yeah.
I actually haven't tried that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll...
I know my food. Okay.
That'll be a good lunch stop.
Hey, but you know what's great about Hef's, though, is that is all, I believe it is, pasture-raised beef, locally sourced.
Doesn't surprise me.
Organic.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah. If you care about that kind of stuff, it's worth paying for.
Yeah. And the fries, dude.
Yeah.
The seasoning they put on the fries. I don't know what's on it. I mean, I'd like to. They probably won't give it away.
No. It's called salt. It's new.
You don't say. Where can I find this salt?
I don't know where to get it.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Lowe's Foods actually is where you can get any kind of salt you like.
Yeah, so you're worth your salt. Used to be currency.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was. I mean, it was considered a rare.
Yeah, they would literally weigh it.
Yeah.
It was how much it was worth based on how much salt you had.
Worth is salt.
Yeah, with one of those old scales, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, I'm familiar. But yeah, man, I just like having. When I moved here, it took 5 days. I packed all my stuff in my car and just drove to a place I never had even been before. And here are all these awesome food spots.
Yeah.
That hopefully we'll see in the stadium at some point. I mean, I know we've got a lot of our own food that we're really excited about for this year. I think that's probably a good second episode, and I know you and I have talked about that, but maybe like I think that's what we're bound for next episode. We'll get Kit to make us some fresh. What do we got on the menu this year? Just to give a preview. We got Gator Bites, right?
Gator Bites, which is an alligator, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
We have a French toast burger.
Uh-huh.
We have a grasshopper dirt cup.
Oh, yeah.
A cinnamon toast crunch apple pie. We have tarp water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tarp water.
Tarp water. So is that non-alcoholic?
It's alcohol. It's tequila.
Alcoholic?
That's
Oh, it's tequila. Yeah. Very alcoholic.
Tequila, lime, soda water.
Okay.
And that, the sweet tea bar with 9 factorial options of flavors.
Different garnishes you can put in there.
Bird dog, which is a chicken hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people asking for less pork options, so we wanted to do that. Loaded fry stand. So loaded fries, nachos, tots, everything.
That's a Cody Hallman suggestion for sure.
Yep.
Cody put
Third
that
base
one in the
stand
hat.
now. And then another great segue for me here, the heart attack dog. Heart attack dog is basically like barbecue, mac and cheese, hot dog, more cheese. I don't even know. Every ingredient.
Fans might recognize that assembly because it used to be. It's kind of the same thing. It's not though. They had a cheesy pig dog is what they called it.
Yeah.
But it's it's slightly different this time. Better.
Yeah.
But
there's
slightly
just
different.
more on it total.
Yeah.
And the segue to this is that we just had daylight savings time.
Uh-huh.
25% uptick in heart attacks the Monday following daylight savings.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What are we doing?
What is
Get
that?
rid of this holiday.
Yeah.
There's no purpose.
I mean, I think there's definitely a purpose, isn't it, for farmers? Isn't that who it's for?
Okay.
So they have more daylight to work in?
How many of those are there? versus when it came out. There were more farmers per capita than the now.
Yeah.
Now it just kills people.
You could say that about a lot of the institutions within the world.
Is it worth killing people over?
Probably not.
It's not. We got to get rid of this. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Let's have all the Dash fans lead the charge and get this law changed permanently.
Correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation here. I mean, what do you think is what's like one of the determining factors there?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Throws off your rhythm and your sleep and all that. And I mean, it's the number one. It's the most uptick of a day per year of the entire year is the day following daylight savings.
Huh.
Got to get it changed. This is my activism rant.
That's a good soapbox to stand on. Less heart attacks. Yeah, that's a cause I can get behind.
I think most would be
pretty easy.
Be supportive. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Well, hopefully the heart attack dog is just a name.
Yeah, that one won't give you a heart attack.
No,
maybe.
No, it'll be fine.
But no.
Just don't eat 10.
Yeah, please. Have you done that before? The hot dog challenge, like per inning?
No. I'm thinking about it for this year though on the broadcast because Joe Vasile in Hudson Valley did it last year.
Oh, that's terrible.
And I'll have to talk to him a little bit more about it. I know it made for some really good content.
Depends if it's per inning or per half inning, right?
Yeah, it's got to be per inning, man. I'm not eating 18 hot dogs in under 3 hours.
We had 2 interns try it. It was about 15
I'm not going to be there the day after. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they weren't.
I
was
can't.
Bad.
Yeah.
One of them threw up on the concourse.
Of course they did.
We shut that down.
Of course they did.
It was like the 6th inning, I think. It wasn't even close.
If you eat 18 hot dogs in that little of time, it's like you don't get to choose where you throw up.
They were the dollar dogs, though. They weren't like They weren't like the big boys. They were just hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like they do at Nathan's 4th of July.
Yeah. What the ethics on that aren't square with me. Don't you think they should be full-sized hot dogs instead of just the little dinky things?
Well, I don't think there's a standardization for hot dog challenge hot dogs. I mean, there is for 4th of July, like eating competitions. They have to be a certain
that's
size.
what I mean.
Yeah, there should be, but I think people just say, can you eat 18 hot dogs? And they try to eat like full-size hot dogs.
Like a hot dog is a hot dog is a hot dog. What if it's just like a...
They make some... I mean, everybody knows you got a foot long. No one's eating 18 foot longs, right? But like they forget the fact. So the way they measure them, right? They're 8x1, 10x1.
Sure.
Right. So which one are you doing is relevant to the challenge.
Yeah, I think that's extremely relevant.
Yeah.
It's going to show afterwards, if nothing else. But, yeah, if we've an office done is a hot dog a sandwich trend yet for TikTok or whatever?
I don't think so.
What do you think it is? Do you think it matters?
So this was a trend that started years ago, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Do you know how many times it's actually affected any part of my life afterwards?
0.
Like if I went up and I ordered a hot dog sandwich, first of all, no one's going to do that. Even if you think it is a sandwich, you're still not ordering it that way. And if you didn't, it's not like you're not going to be able to get a hot dog if you wanted one.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter what it's considered. But if you wanted a taco, and some people were saying it's a taco, but you go up and you try to order a hot dog and call it a taco, you're probably not going to get a hot dog.
Okay.
So I think you just need to say the thing it is and not worry about what it's called.
Yeah, you're getting the same thing. But if I was working the concession stand and somebody came up to me and said, I'll have a hot dog sandwich,
goodbye.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're not going to have any of that.
I think you have to order it right.
We'll send you a water on the road.
Yeah, bye-bye. But, yeah, that's... Have you seen The Good, the Bad, and the Hungry? The Joey Chestnut, Kobayashi documentary?
No.
Intense.
Yeah.
Intense.
Like their training or just like...
just the backstory and the training and, as if having to eat, probably thousands of hot dogs a year isn't like a challenge. I mean, they're human beings. They're also dealing with things, They've got challenges.
It's not what I'm there for,
Just
though.
No.
I need to see how many hot dogs you can eat.
Yeah.
By the way, putting those two in the same conversation is crazy to me.
Think so?
It's like putting Isaiah Thomas in there with Michael Jordan,
Ooh,
except for Joey Chestnut won more than Michael Jordan, and Kobayashi won the same number of times as Isaiah Thomas. It's crazy to put him in the same stratosphere, even.
Which professional athlete or athletes, you might have multiple here, do you think would have the best shot at beating Joey Chestnut in an eating competition?
Shaq.
Yeah, 100%.
You seen him hold a can of soda? It's like, dude, he'd be taking 4 hot dogs at one time, and it would be the same proportions as Joey Chestnut having one at a time.
Does Chestnut dunk him in water? Is that what he does?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh.
I think most of them do that.
It's disgusting.
No, they're not enjoying it.
No, no, there's not. There
They're
can't
working.
be anything enjoyable about that.
They're working.
They are working.
Just imagine right after, too. Then you, like, the last thing you would do is stand there and have, like, interview. It's like, hey, man, I have one specific place I got to be.
Players complain when I bring a media request. It's like, yeah, well, you don't know how bad it can get.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Do me a favor, eat these 10 hot dogs and then we'll do the interview.
Yeah. Eat 5.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a good time. It's not going to be fun for you.
You know, I used to get 3 hot dogs at a time when I was in college at Sheetz. They were 99 cents.
That's fine.
Those were the little ones, though.
I mean, yeah, so you take size into account there, too,
Yeah.
plus the great deal.
Yeah, I mean, you had to
Why
have the
wouldn't
card.
you get 3?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
yeah.
the same price as 2, but if you had the card, you got a third.
Right.
Huge
Sheetz,
win.
so are you a Sheetz guy through and through?
So Sheetz is Central PA, and then Wawa is Philly. So anybody west of Philly was all Sheetz.
Yeah.
And then basically up and down 95 on the East Coast would be Wawa.
Yeah, so you grew up on Sheetz then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. In the Midwest, we don't really have, we don't have anything close to that. Maybe Quick Trip.
Yeah.
Quick Trips.
Culver's, isn't that a place?
Oh, Culver's isn't a gas station, but man.
What is Culver's?
Culver's is like, it's a fast food restaurant.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the best burger in fast food.
It's a Midwest thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a Midwest staple.
Yeah.
No, I think Culver's is the best burger in fast food. Take it from a guy who loves to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fresh.
More than like Whataburger and In-N-Out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Those two are definitely close second, though. I had In-N-Out for the first time in 2019. That was the first time I went out to California. And I had just been hyped up my whole life.
Yeah.
And I got there, and I was like, I mean, this is good,
Yeah.
but
that's
it's
the
not
problem.
blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And, you know, fries, animal style, those were good. And then Whataburger, I do like Whataburger. And I heard rumors that we're supposed to be getting one here pretty soon.
I think in North Carolina, but I think it's like Raleigh area.
I thought they were turning the old PDQ. I heard the other day that they're turning the old PDQ into one.
Can't confirm.
Could be cat.
Don't know.
It's all right.
That's my
But
same thing
anyway.
with Wawa. That's my argument all the time. People get so hyped up, and then they go.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. I'm like, hey, remember, you're still eating at a gas station. Like, whatever you thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
it's just a gas station.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the same with In-N-Out.
The one thing that gives me the heebie-jeebies about Sheetz is the tables. I don't think those are. I don't think those are
you
necessary.
Eat in? You can't eat in.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't want to do that.
You don't eat in. That's a trick for tourists.
Yeah.
No, we know it's a Sheetz run. You get your stuff, you get
You
out.
get out.
You don't
I
hang
can't.
around.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
Like
you
I'm
don't
taking it back to wherever my primary location.
That's like tailgating at a Walmart.
Yeah.
You just get the stuff you need and you leave.
And you leave.
You don't need to be there anymore.
Tailgating at a Walmart.
Yeah.
It'd be an awkward. I mean, if you're tailgating a football game or whatever at a Walmart,
No, you're tailgating to hype up your experience in Walmart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we were on 2 different pages there.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
As
though.
are the people that eat in Sheetz.
The inside
That's not what
sheets.
it's meant for.
No, it's not.
It's meant for you to just put something down there and leave it and forget.
Yeah. A lot of unique like snacks and sodas and things at Sheetz. They have their own soda, which I mean, I try to avoid soda as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the Sheetz soda is like too sugary.
Yeah.
It's like I can have a Coca-Cola and be like, this is enjoyable. I don't feel too bad about this. The first and last time I drank a Sheetz soda, I was like, this is not doing me any favors.
Yeah. Well, and this is my thing with Sheetz all the time too. Is like, you're not going. It's not like, all right, Friday night, just got paid.
Right.
Something special. We're going to Sheetz.
Right.
That's not what it's there for.
On your
It's there
Sunday
for
best.
when someone is designated driving you home from an establishment, and you're like, I just need something.
Yeah.
And it happens to be a burger that has cheese and mozzarella sticks and ham. That's what it's for.
Are we waging war on Wendy's?
Are we?
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
What did Wendy's do to me?
Well, we're freezing prices on our stuff.
Okay.
Wendy's
variable pricing
is doing variable pricing, which to
Yeah.
me is just like, come on.
Yeah. Which way do you think that's going to go in your favor?
Oh, wait, what? Waging war on Wendy's? No, that's not going to go our way.
No, not that either. I just mean
But variable
you're
pricing.
not getting it cheaper.
No,
I know that's
absolutely
their
not.
pitch is like, hey, if you're here at 2:00,
You can get it for the price it should be.
it's going to be what you already paid last week.
And it's also going to have been sitting under a heat lamp for 45 minutes.
Correct.
Which I'm not about.
Well, they're fresh, never frozen.
Okay.
Well, they are.
Okay. Whatever. The point is, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah.
Make
But
your
isn't
prices what they are.
Isn't that only for like online or I don't think that's in the store.
Is it only online?
Yeah, I don't think they have like a stock ticker above the menu.
If it's only online, why would you
Yeah.
do that anyway? Wendy's has a drive-through. No one
like-
needs to order ahead.
Well, it's like Uber. Uber's like
Yeah.
it goes up when it's high traffic, or when
Yeah,
they just
but
make up they need more money.
But that's like a measurable. Well, no, that's a bad argument against that. But it just makes more sense for Uber.
I guess. Is there? How do they?
No, you're right. You're right.
Like you're telling me when I'm going to like New York City, it's that big of an impact. I'm getting one Uber for 7 blocks.
Yeah.
I shook the whole system to its core. They got to charge me double. I just don't think so.
So maybe it's not that it makes more sense. I'm just somehow more comfortable with it. Which
They convinced you.
All that means is that they have a really competitive business model that won me over.
Yeah.
But good for them, man. They're clearly doing well. I can't get one from Kernersville to save my life, but other than that, that's just how that works.
Yeah.
I think as the city continues to grow, though, there'll be more. There are more Ubers driving around now in the Triad than when I first got here.
Take a scooter.
Oh yeah. You know what? Those aren't. I feel like people haven't really caught on to those. It was kind of a trend, kind of a fad.
Yeah.
But then they fell off. Like I remember when they first came out, people were like, "We can just pick up an electric scooter and drive it around campus or whatever." And then everybody was like, "Yeah."
You know, the problem is that people only think of it when you go somewhere else. Like you don't think about it where you live.
Where you live now, especially
Why?
if you have a car.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but like you still Uber where you live. You just said that you're trying to get an Uber, right?
Yeah.
So take the scooter.
Don't have any near me. I haven't seen any near me.
Well, did you pull up the app and look? You don't think to pull up the app?
No, I guess you don't. Yeah. Well, pull up the app then.
They gotta figure it out.
I don't. But again, I'm not scootering from Kernersville to Winston-Salem.
Oh, I would.
It's going to take me an hour and 45 minutes to get here.
That's what the Vespa's for, dude.
Yeah, but the Vespa's like, God, I knew you were going to talk about the Vespa. You're the worst.
Any chance I get? Is that a plug? Can I get sponsored by Vespa?
That's your own thing, man. Or I don't know. Maybe I'll sell him a wall sign.
Justin Bieber got his own Vespa. I think I'm next.
I haven't heard much about the Biebs lately. What's he up to? Is he just chilling? He's just living off that money from when he was in middle school or whatever.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
I'm not probably the right guy to answer this question.
If you're an artist, you want to like continue making music or whatever, just go crazy.
I hear a lot of the females on staff talking about his wife.
Haley?
The most, yeah.
Yeah, she seems to be like more in the public eye than he is. And like good for her,
I guess.
But
she's a Baldwin, right?
If I'm Yeah.
Is her dad in
Oh
jail?
yeah, like Billy or Steven or one of
the
them.
other ones.
It's like Billy, Steven, Alec, and Fred. I don't know. But yeah, those kind of a power couple, but one half is kind of lacking right now. Or I don't know.
No, weird. Alec Baldwin's like the biggest one, even before he shot that person. He was like the biggest one, right? The biggest brother, most famous brother.
Yeah.
But in reality, who made the best movie? The other one.
Yeah.
Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
That's the best movie that any of them made. By far.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
was that Steven, I think?
Baldwin, yeah, Steven. Alec Baldwin, like his movies.
Don't know if I can name
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's
a good one.
Do you think that's better than Usual Suspects?
No.
No?
No, it's not.
Even as like the sales guru you are, you don't like Glenn, or not that you don't like it, but you don't think that's better?
It's not better than Usual Suspects. No.
All right. I mean, I'm
it's
just
a top 10 or 15 movie ever.
Yeah, easily. But Pacino in that one?
Glengarry?
Yeah.
I don't think so. There are some people in there. There's
I don't know
more
why
than Baldwin in that cast.
Not sure why I'm connecting him to that. Did you see Pacino at the Oscars last night? He's like, I guess I need my eyes see Oppenheimer. And I'm like, what? You didn't even read any of the other movies.
Yeah. So
it was really confusing.
He's now known for two things, being very old
Yeah.
and a habit. And you gave him the responsibility of your biggest award for your once-a-year program.
The biggest award of the night, too.
I guess it's on you.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Or is that exactly what they wanted? Because now I wouldn't have been talking about it, and now I am.
Well, my original thinking was, I think that everyone knew what the titles were.
Yeah.
And they were. I looked at the clock because Mary and I were watching, and it was like 10:21.
Yeah.
So they were past the time slot. So in my mind, they probably just didn't have him read them.
Yeah.
Just to save time, or he actually forgot. He's just like, all right, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, baby.
Yeah. That's pretty much out. That's exactly how
I saw some tweet last night that was like, perfect ending of the Oscars. Just, I got to bring this up, but dude, Pacino is just. I mean, there's never gonna be another one like him. He's so iconic, and that's not a hot take. Yeah, this here it goes. Al Pacino just going, yeah, Oppenheimer, perfect ending, no notes. Like, that's the best way to end that show.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is you wouldn't have said that originally. You look at like Pacino, Godfather, and that's very much like a young Leo.
Yeah,
like put together, just kind of. He doesn't have that weird voice and doesn't scream.
No,
whatever,
no, not at all.
And then all of a sudden it happens in the. I forget what the movie was, but I can't say the line. I know what line I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it just happens, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, can that just happen to Leo? Good.
I don't know. I feel like Leo DiCaprio is one for me that I have a really hard time watching a movie with him in it and feeling convinced that that's not Leo DiCaprio. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't. Wait.
Like,
I don't know if I understood what you just said.
there are actors who do such a good job on screen of playing their part that you don't view Tom Hanks as being Tom Hanks or Clooney as
Forrest
Clooney.
Gump.
Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever. But exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's not. That's Forrest Gump.
So you just think. So here's my example of Denzel to me. Denzel's Denzel in every movie.
Denzel
He's
is
the same guy.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That's my take. I know people don't like that take at all.
But I mean, again, there are definitely some. I think there's some typecasting type stuff that goes into how we perceive a DiCaprio or a Denzel or even a Tom Hanks that kind of puts that in our minds of like, all right, Nicolas Cage has always played this kind of guy.
Great actor.
Yeah, I mean, National Treasure. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
he's the man. But again, that's an easy role for him to play because that's just kind of how he carries himself anyway. McConaughey's the same way.
Of course.
One actor who I know for a fact is so good at this and you wouldn't even guess is Steve Carell. Have you seen Foxcatcher?
Foxcatcher? No.
Yeah, it's about John DuPont. The wrestling team.
I did not watch it, but I know it's
Steve Carell plays John DuPont, and his performance is haunting.
Yeah,
and it's tough because you think Steve Carell, Michael Scott, he's just going to be a goofball the whole it's not that he's going to be a goofball, but it's going to be hard to get past that image you already have of him in your head.
Right.
But no, he's a totally different person.
I thought you were going to say Evan Almighty.
No, that's exactly. I see Michael Scott and Evan Almighty all the time. Grotesquely underrated movie, by the way.
I wasn't mad about it. I don't understand all the hate.
Yeah, I don't
like
either.
The movie.
I don't either.
It's fine.
Well, comedies already are at a disadvantage of obtaining any critical acclaim whatsoever.
Yeah,
like I feel like The Hangover is the last classic comedy that came out.
Ooh.
Like the last real classic comedy movie that people are going to look at the same way they look at Caddyshack or Animal House.
Yeah, that could be true. Did that come out before or after Superbad?
Was it what, like 2012?
I don't know.
Superbad, that was 2007.
Oh.
Hangover was 2009.
Well, it was close. It was close to each other.
There's got to be another comedy movie that's come out since then. That
The Hangover 2.
Okay. 3? Absolutely not. See ya.
I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell
No,
if
I don't.
saw it.
I probably stopped watching that one like halfway through because I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the exact same story, and it's fine. Whatever, they're
Yeah.
funny, but I can't think of another comedy that's come out that's kind of been put in the same ranks as other classic comedy movies.
My problem is, and you'll get here eventually, but I used to watch every movie that came out.
Yeah,
Every movie. Then you have kids, and it's like all I've seen in theaters in the last 5 years is Mario.
Paw Patrol.
Didn't even see Paw Patrol. Saw it at home, but I didn't go to a theater.
Right. I liked I saw the Mario movie.
It was good.
I was a big Mario kid, so I had to. I was just like, let's see how this goes. I
Yeah.
thought it was fantastic.
Anytime you get, you look at a movie like that and you go, okay, they're going to make Mario. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll see it. Same as if like a Ninja Turtles or a whatever.
Uh-huh.
But then you see the cast for Mario, and you're like, okay, I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You get Jack Black in there.
Chris
you got-
Pratt.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong is
Yes.
just perfect.
Yes.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else was going to take that?
And that's why I knew it'd be. I'm like, all right, I'll go, and I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But some of these other ones where they're gonna remake it, and I look at it, and I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are.
The remakes, I'm sorry, the remakes need to stop. It seems like that's all anyone's putting out anymore. Aside from like 20 movies a year, 10 of which are international, so we don't hear about until the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, some of us are more cultured, but yeah. get
I
your
mean,
point.
well, of course, but yeah, I know movies really well, Brian, but I'm speaking to the masses here.
all those classic Irish films.
Classic Irish films. Oh man,
Boondock Saints. Does that count?
the Lucky Charms commercials.
Yeah. Who was that? There was like an evil leprechaun movie. There was like one.
It was called Leprechaun,
Oh yeah. Well,
and there are like 6 of them, and they're all equally terrible.
of course.
They're,
Well, they're
so
made
bad.
to be bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Irish films, though. I mean, what's that one with Brad Pitt?
The Sound of Music.
No,
Oh, Snatch.
he was Snatch.
Yeah.
No, he was not in The Sound of
Guy
Music.
Ritchie has a movie. No, he has a TV series coming out this year.
What?
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Snatch TV series?
No, he has his own series that's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Yeah. Okay. He's English.
Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a director.
Yeah, he's English.
Yeah. Yeah, but he made the character you're referring to was an Irish person that Brad Pitt played.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was an
Okay.
English movie. He
Oh,
just
got
happened
it.
To be an Irish guy.
Got
in
it.
the
I thought
movie.
you were like, he's Irish. I'm like,
No.
no, he's not.
No.
Hey, by the way, oh my God, we did it. We did it. We won. The Murphy clan brought home Best Actor last night at the Oscars.
I don't know what that means.
Cillian Murphy won
Oh.
Best Actor. He's one of us.
Okay.
He's one of us. We did it. We brought home the belt.
You guys can have a turn, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fine.
Pacino, Scorsese, De Niro. You guys have had your fun.
We've had Travolta,
Yeah, Travolta,
Coppola.
of course. Both of them. His daughter has
Yeah.
made some pretty good,
Nick Cage is his
pretty
nephew.
good films. Yeah, nah, it's not. It's not
I'm just
blood.
saying.
It's not blood. It's got to be blood.
It's not.
I don't think so.
I think it's his, I don't know. It's his nephew, I think.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He had a good run.
yeah, no. I mean, Italian filmmakers and actors and actresses have had their fun, and they will again.
Hey, shout out to my cousin Chris DeAngelis.
Oh,
great,
yeah,
great
that's right.
director. Chicago Fire. If you heard of the TV show.
I
think
have
it's on
heard of the
NBC.
TV show.
Is it NBC?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's on TV.
911's the other one you're thinking of. It's on Fox.
I'm thinking Chicago Fire.
Yeah. TV shows are changing too. TV, like again, like we said about the remakes, like TV shows are changing, but in a different way. It's not like necessarily people remaking things. It's more the way that TV shows are consumed now.
All right. Well, hold on, because I just saw some woman was freaking out about this because she's like my age, right? She goes,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta watch TV shows. I watch a show. I like the show.
Okay.
Now I gotta wait a week to see what happens. Okay. Then we're graced with the invention of streaming.
Yeah.
You like a show, just watch them all.
In one
Just
night.
watch them all, right? Now they're back to releasing like one a week.
Yeah. Which I think is good
Why?
because you know what?
We've cut out the thing everyone hated. And now you're going to bring it back for what?
I disagree.
Well,
I think that creates the ability to come into work on Monday morning and go,
here we go.
holy cow, did you see what happened on Succession or whatever. And Succession was released all at one time. But
Guess
but,
what?
But
You can still do that.
you can still do that.
You can just watch it and then be like, you know what show I just watched last night?
yeah.
Succession. Oh, wow, I watched it too. It's great.
Right.
Still talking about it.
Well, but at the same time, I think it's cool to be able to come into work and like speculate, be like, hear everybody's theories about it, give your own theories about it, and then that gives you something to look forward to next weekend, and then coming in on Monday again, right?
Yeah, I don't think you remember VHSs or anything.
I remember
think that's your
VHSs.
There's a gap.
Remember VHSs?
There's a gap.
We had so many VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we had everything, man. VHS was. I mean, I was on the back end of VHS.
Yeah.
Definitely on the back end.
Yeah.
Because I was 97.
Okay.
So like we had the combo DVD and video player.
Sure.
It was cool. So cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, wait, we can have both? Sign me up.
Yeah.
And then, after my lifelong quest to collect all of the Simpsons DVD box sets, streaming comes out and ruins my quest.
Well, Blu-ray first.
Blu-ray was never going to take off.
HD, DVD, or
HD,
Blu-ray.
was that the red case?
You had to pick one. I was sold on HD DVD. I was like, this
Were
is
you
the
really?
future,
That
man.
surprises me about
Well, because
you.
I was an Xbox guy, and Sony was Blu-ray.
Now you can do Bluetooth on both. They don't care what you throw in there.
Blu-ray.
Or
Bluetooth.
It's the same. I sound like a boomer.
Yeah.
Hand me the Blu-ray over there. Yeah, whatever.
Blu-ray, great invention by the Vikings, by the way.
You're
Viking-
gonna have to explain yourself.
The Viking Bluetooth is what it's named for, and that's where the logo of Bluetooth comes from. Is the Viking?
The little.
Yeah, it's a symbol.
The more you know. I think next episode we should definitely do a food episode because there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of already pre-existing foods that are at the ballpark.
I was prepared.
That other people. What did you bring?
I brought.
Oh yeah, that's
How much is this?
your wine keg.
Yes, I brought a wine keg.
Why did you bring that? To drink? I mean, to drink it probably.
You nailed it. Yeah. No, so this is one of our new partners. So there are 4 bottles of wine in here. This is 3 liters of wine.
All right.
Did the quick math for you already.
What kind of wine? Oh, it's temp.
I did not choose this wine. This is the idea is the little contraption here that what we're going to do is we're going to have this available in our suites.
Okay.
But the type of wine that's inside is going to, it's going to be our partners. It's not going to be whatever this random thing is.
Got it.
But yeah, so you're just going to say, instead of, 4 bottles of wine, you just put one of these out here, and it's got a little push button, like a ketchup dispenser.
Oh,
and you
cool.
just put your glass there. So I'm just going to have this, under my desk, I guess.
Good.
For the sample.
Yeah, why not?
We'll put
I
it on
mean,
the
you
sales
have
floor.
to make sure it's not poisonous or anything.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, good.
Yeah,
Tickets.
food episode.
Tickets are available, but they're not going to be for very long.
No.
I mean, what do we? Our suites are already half sold for the season.
Right.
Flow Club's getting up there. I think we're nearing like 85, 90% on Flow Club sellouts.
That's the first thing. I mean, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, I mean,
you want a table, you're gonna
what
have
is it? March 11th. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised that in the hour and a half we've been in here that people have been buying those as well. But while tickets are limited, they still are available online. ws-.com. Go to the tickets menu on the black menu bar at the very top of the screen. Everything you could ever want to know about our tickets is all available there. And then, of course, if you want to talk to somebody in person, like me or like one of our fine sales reps out there, 336-714-2287. It's going to be a fun season. I'm really looking forward to it.